Ancient Greek mythology says that the magnificent Aquila eagle stood in the row of Zeus, the great Greek goddess, in his tenacious war against the Titans of the Titans. Aquila carried Zeus and landed on the ground to be attacked by Zeus' enemies from Titan. So the eagle saved Aquila a prominent place among the towers. He is a flying eagle, and he is called a bird because he spreads his wings as if he were flying. And the name flying eagle called three things in this constellation. The constellation itself says the mystic, and the three lined up on the chest, like the Arabs known, and the middle yoke of these three, Alpha flying eagle, used by the Arab astronomers and astronomical narrators. And the general called the three lines, Alpha, and, Beta, and, Gamma, balance. Here we see that the sorrow Beta is named after the Shaheen, which sounds like an Arab. Gamma is clearly non-Arab. Scientists have long believed that Shaheen was an Arabic and Persian name for the same image, and did not know the meaning of tar raised when added to the word Shaheen. But some said it meant the fisherman, the hunting hawk. This is not based on assets and sources. We cannot explain these words as Persian from the name of the constellation, and nothing more. And Dr. Konitz has to consider this question and explained in his lectures delivered in Amman, the contribution of the Arabs in the label and the term in February, Astronomers 1981, and that we find in the lecture include: the ancient Arabs of the three stars bordered by Alpha, Beta and Gamma called the image of punishment known as the flying eagle. And said the sun Qutaiba and Qmaq Abu al-Hasan Sufi, the general called these three planets, balance, to a stuea on a line. And Aldin Nasir al-Tusi took this name from the Book of Mysticism, Pictures of the Planets, and including, translated into Persian, in his astrolabe called, Beast Gate, the 20 Gates. It is called the balance in Persian, Shaheen Tarazu, that is to say, the scale of the balance. Then the English Orientalist Thomas Hyde published the fixed planetary calendar year 1665 drawn up by Olga year 1427 meters, and added to it a supplement in which extracts from several Oriental books dealing with the stars and their names, including this paragraph of a letter, Best Door, to Nasir al-Din Tusi, who spoke about the flying eagle and the name of the public and his balance or not, Shaheen Traso, in Persian. Hyde moved this paragraph from a manuscript held in the Oxford Library. The manuscript may have been wrong or Hyde's error in moving this paragraph. However, in his book, Hyde put the wrong phrase, Shaheen Tarazd, in place of the correct Shaheen Tarazu. The words Beta and Gamma have been circulated. They bore the name of each of them, and so we see that the name Peregrine is here the name of the Persian sense of balance, and not an Arab as it seems. The myths also say that one day the Greek gods needed a handsome young man to work as a waiter. It serves favorite food and drink extracted from flower nectar. Zeus ordered his savior Aquila to descend to earth to float through his skies, examining his piercing gaze in all quarters, until he found the most handsome young man on the planet. He brings her to receive her work in the great hall where the gods meet on Mount Olympus. The shadow of the Aquila bird seeks its goal until one day a handsome young man named Ganymede is found. And he found him to take care of the sheep above the mountain. Bar Jamal young, the bird landed beside him, and carried between his claws, and flew through the sky until it reached the council of gods. The young Ganymede threw in front of Zeus. The gods and their leader Zeus rejoiced at the choice of the bird and decided to reward it when it died by placing it in the sky between the towers. God appreciates beauty and demands it. Aquarius was sometimes represented by the young man Ganymede and Kubi, nurtured by the gods. Known as Aquapark Aquila since 1200 BC. It was called the Eagle Tower, or Zeus Eagle. The Arabs knew this and called it punishment. They also called the crow. The Persians knew it and called it the falcon. In ancient Chinese mythology, Princess Qi Nu, daughter of the Sun King, spun, weaved and knitted clothes to the point of miracles. On a sunny summer day, the princess looked out the window and found the shepherd leading the cattle on one side of the Milky Way. At first sight, young princess and shepherd Qin Nu fell in love with Harith. The mystery of the girl's father to this relationship, knowing that Qin Nu's boss, a diligent young man sincere in his work. His devotion makes him worthy of his daughter's hand. The princess stole her wedding dress with golden sun, moonlight and silver stars. The wedding was a happy and prosperous year in love and delight. They devoted all their time to caring for his beloved, so much so that the princess stopped spinning and weaving, and the young shepherd stopped the grazing sheep. Is there anything more beautiful than love? The Sun King is a responsible man who does not like the case of the mile. So he warned his daughter and her husband of the fullness of love and left them to work. He advised them several times to pay attention to their work and give them enough attention and time. But soon the couple returns to full-time love and grams and leaves work. Buddhism and the philosophy of Zen among the Chinese and Japanese are the focus of attention and work. The king therefore decided to punish his daughter and her husband by separation. The husband put the shepherd on one side of the white road to feed the cattle, as he had done before the wedding. And he kept his daughter the princess on the other side. He did not see the king and did not listen to the pleas of his daughter and her husband. But the magpie birds saw them. So the birds decided to meet the two lovers once a year. Visit me every year. Let the birds fly to the white road on the 7th day of the 7th month each year, to work on a bridge or a bridge building. For the two to meet and have a great day together. On this every year day and night, the rain falls, an expression of sorrowful tears. When birds return to earth after separation from loved ones. The Chinese watch magpies on the 7th day of the 7th month every year. The boys target the birds they find in the fields with stones. Because these birds are lagging behind and have given up their duty to fly to the white road and the work of Kantara, so that the two lovers meet once a year. Star Vega in the Harp Tower symbolizes Princess Chi No. Flying Star in the Punishment Tower symbolizes the young shepherd Chin Yu. The best times to see the Punishment Tower are July to October.